PSA to Texas fans, this is a tricky game. This is a tricky game. Be careful, Texas. Be careful. You're playing a powerhouse in Clemson. Yeah, they've had some down years. Yeah, they play bad sometimes. But just be careful. Hear me out. This still is Clemson. Gabe Kubnick's still a 5-star. And Dabo Sweeney's still a 2-time national champion. Be careful. Don't let Quinn Ewers start being Quinn Ewers. Start turning the ball over. The offense starts being stagnant. That defense, though, for Texas, that defense is a stud. So Clemson's going to have their hand full with that. They're going to have their hands full. I think this will definitely be the best defense they've seen all year. And, of course, let's be honest, Texas' schedule, 1,000 times harder. They played way more quality opponents than Clemson. I just feel like sometimes you can overlook your opponent. You can say, oh, Clemson's been down. We played all these good teams. We beat all these good teams. Who have they played? They haven't played anybody. But, when it comes playoff time, when it's one and done out there, you know, now it's basically any given Saturday. They say any given Sunday. It's any given Saturday now with the transfer portal, with parity. You don't have these super dominant teams anymore. A lot of the teams are pretty even nowadays. So upsets aren't that crazy. And these are two big powerhouses, two big blue bloods. And let's be honest, another benefit I think Clemson has over Texas is Dabo Sweeney. He's a 2-time national champion coach. And on the other side, Texas coach Steve Sarkisian, he's had his troubles. I think he's a great coach. I think that he won't have any problems today. But if it comes down to like a field goal or something late, maybe Dabo gets him just off experience alone, just off being, Dabo. But in reality, honestly, this game also could be 38-10 Texas. They could just steamroll Clemson, because we've seen at times Clemson come out this year and they're so flat. They're so don't have energy, or they just don't look like a good team. You either get a team that looks like they can compete, for a national title, or you get a team that just looks horrible. We saw week 1 against Georgia. They got completely dominated. But we see Texas can't beat Georgia either. So it's like if we're going to go off their one common opponent, then it's Georgia, and both teams didn't beat them. I would say, Texas had a better game the second game. The first game, they got dominated just like Clemson did. So that shows in the trenches it'll be even. I think Clemson has good trenches. Of course, Texas has good trenches. Outside weapons, got to go Texas. Quarterback, I'm going to go surprise here. I like Gabe Kubnick. Just the more I watch Quinn Ewers over the years, the less impressed I am. He just doesn't seem like he gets better. He doesn't seem like he gets worse. He just always seems like he stays the same, which is a good quarterback, not a great quarterback, and at times a turnover-prone quarterback. I could see a possibility if by, chance, which I don't think will happen, Texas down at half, they could bring in the future Arch Manning, because sometimes he boosts the offense up, and this is a playoff game. Like, you have to do something if you're losing. And as for Clemson, it's a playoff game. Pull out all the stops, run trick plays. Dabo will have a few trick plays ready. That defense, I think, will be ready to go. It really all comes down to Gabe Kubnick and what kind of game he can have today. And Maffa's a great running back, power running back. Let's see if he can create some space. He didn't have a good game against SMU. Let's see if he can bounce back and create some space against that amazing Texas Longhorn D-line. It'll be, to me, that's a really intriguing matchup, but the most intriguing matchup is between the quarterbacks. And if Gabe Kubnick can come out here and have a game like he had against SMU, 300-plus yards, 4 touchdowns, and outplay Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers have, 235, 2 touchdowns a pick. They could definitely win. They could definitely, knock off Texas. I would like to see that, honestly, but I didn't put any money on Clemson. I actually bet for Texas to win. I bet for Texas to win, and I didn't bet for them to cover the spread. I don't think they'll cover the spread, but I think Texas will win. I just think that Clemson played in the ACC, and I think that, yeah, at least they played SMU, a good team, but I just think that Texas played so many better teams, and they've been battle tested, that, and they're just a better team. To me, at almost every position, they're better. But at the number one position, quarterback, I think Clemson is better, so that could sway the game. But I'm going to go Texas here, and I'm going to honestly go big win for Texas. I'm going to go 34-10. I know I was saying Cape Covenant this, Cape Covenant that, but at the same time, this guy also shows me DJU vibes where he disappears and the offense looks horrible, and, they're getting beat by a subpar ACC team. So I have nothing to show to pick them to, like, oh, today's their day. To me, they would be the biggest upset of the day, because Texas is way better than Ohio State. Texas is way better than Penn State, the other two teams that could get upset. Texas is the best out of those three. So if they get upset by Clemson, that would be crazy. But I don't see it. I see it's just going to be another Dabo pout game. We know how Dabo gets when he loses. He's going to be screaming on the sideline. He's going to be upset at the refs. I think that Texas, they're just going to be too much skill players on the outside. That defense is just too good. If they get to Cape Covenant early, mess up the rhythm of the offense, mess up the confidence of the offense, then Clemson's done. Like, Clemson doesn't have a second, a counter punch. Where they don't. And when they're play from behind, they're not that good. And if they can't get the run game going, you got to put it all on Covenant, and he really doesn't have that good of receivers. That's one thing that they need to, do better at, which they're getting a guy at the portal finally, but they don't have him now. So it's like Texas has amazing corners and safeties. So good luck getting any separation. So the key is you got to get that run game going. You got to get going, quick and early, or Texas is going to jump on you, which I think they will. They'll stop that run game quick. First few drives, boom, and then they'll hop on, they'll get on Clemson, score a couple touchdowns, and it'll be a wrap. It'll be, I think that Texas will lead the whole game, and, it'll be a pretty successful, dominant performance. I'm going to go 38-10. Again, my prediction is Texas over Clemson, 38-10. Just too big, too strong, too fast, too many stars, too physical, played too good of a schedule. They're in the SEC against SEC, ACC. Yeah. All right, that's Bias Sports for another Bias Take. Let me know what you think. Do you have Texas? Do you have Clemson? Am I completely wrong? Sometimes I'm wrong. Most time I'm wrong. All right, guys, I'm out.